Hey, we're going to clean an apartment today real quick, just a couple of rooms. And I want to show you a little vacuum that we're going to try out. A customer said it didn't work anymore and they gave it to us. And we took it home and it was basically just a clogged up hose. So we got that running. The latch for the dustbin was broken off, so you have to put a bungee cord or something around there to hold it on. But it's working. We're going to see, this is not a very dirty carpet that we have like usual, but we're going to see how it does picking things up. And it does have a tendency to flip things behind the vacuum, so you kind of have to be careful with it because it's messy. But we'll see if it doesn't make a good job on this carpet today. And then we're going to do a bonnet cleaning on this real quick, and there's no real bad stains or anything, but we're still going to do a quick video because we like to document as much of our work as we can. So stay tuned and watch the rest of this video. And we'll talk to you. We're trying out the Eureka Powerline. It's a cheap vacuum, but it seems to be picking up okay, so we'll see how it goes by the time we're done and how it collects dust, if it gets clogged up in the hoses or any of that stuff. Okay, the vacuuming's done. The little vacuum worked pretty good. We got one dark spot in this bedroom, and you never know if you'll get those out 100% or not, but we'll sure try. But the carpet is all ready to go from that standpoint, and it's been pre-sprayed. And the little vacuum there, it looked like 2 dust cups full or so of junk that we got up. So I'm gonna check that later and see if it's the brush, the cover for the brush is there, the yellow cover on top of the machine, that actually comes off. So on this vacuum, it's really easy to get to your brushes. You can just pop that cover off. I don't even put the screws back in, so you just lift it off, cut all the hair off the brush roll and everything, and then put it back together. It only takes a few seconds, so that's a nice deal on this little vacuum. And this room's the one we're going to do first. He's already got the bonnet. He soaked it, wrung it out, threw it down on the ground. There's the pad driver that the Oreck fits onto. And this room here is not going to need a lot. So in this situation, we didn't find a lot with the vacuum, so we're not going to have to power brush too much. So we're just going to be using the bonnet on this one. But stay tuned because we're getting ready to start that right up. Okay. All you got to do is drop the machine onto the pad driver. Sometimes it doesn't go on perfectly smooth, but when you start up, it'll usually pop in place.
It'll jump on.
Yeah, it jumps on once you get it going.
Just like this.
And because it's not on even yet. And it's normal for it to kind of look like it's floating around a little bit because of the oscillating motion. And we'll take a look here. Hopefully we show it with this window light. It's restoring the nap of the carpet pretty well, but the little vacuum did a decent job to start that. This really scrubs the carpet good and raises the nap. It's a very powerful little machine for that. It does a lot more than you think it would. It's a great on carpet so far. So if you had a room that had carpet that you wanted to clean real quick and you didn't want to get the carpet so it's wet for 2 or 3 hours. This is a great method because you just put down a light free spray and run over it real quick and it restores the nap.
It'll dry up in an hour, hour and a half, something like that.
Yeah, we get it pretty dry when we're done.
When you clean your carpets, always make sure you clean it real good where the carpet meets the tile. That's always an area that attracts a lot of dirt, and if it don't look dirty, clean it anyway because they don't have dirt in it. This machine is real versatile. You can go forwards and backwards real easy, and you can go side to sides pretty easy. You got to force it to go side to sides, but it does it without too much effort. Forward and backwards is how I normally use it, but it'll go any direction you need it to.
One nice thing about this machine is it does closets real easily. If you have like the Rug Doctor or the Bissell Big Green or other extractors like that, it's kind of tough to get into a smaller closet. Now since we do this professionally, we have to clean the closets. At your own house you may get away with not really having to worry about the closet too much, but we have to have a machine that can get in closets. And the Rug Doctor can do it, but it's a little bit tight. But
this is better.
yeah, Big Greens are a little tougher because of the forward and backward motion. You get it in a closet and you don't have a lot of room to maneuver, so that's one thing to consider. An advantage to this type of machine is it's real fast to get into tight areas and closets. It'll pretty much go anywhere you need it to. Now if you were doing stairs or something like that, you can do the foot tread of the stairs, but the risers, that's something that's going to be a little bit difficult to clean with a machine like this, but you know, the regular extractors won't really do it unless you use their hoses and the accessories that come with them. And luckily the apartments we work at, there's no stairs, so we never have to really mess with cleaning those.
You'll never get behind the door with any of the self-contained extractors. Not like that.
So when we're finishing here, the pre-spray's been soaked up, the carpets are slightly damp.
Let's walk on to the next room and we just keep going.
Yeah, you've got a 50-foot cord on the orbiter, so you've got enough cord to do a pretty big area of your home or these apartments. You don't have to move the plug around to get the whole thing. You can do a whole apartment from one plug in, which is nice.
If you want to walk on in there, go on in. Go ahead.
And we'll see what happens when we get to this stain. We may end up having to put some more pre-spray on it. When we get to it, we'll see what happens.
It's got some red in it. It may not come out.
Yeah, I think we're looking at possibly some dye of some sort. It's purplish red. A lot of red stains. They're really hard to get out. You can get it out with the red dye treatment and an iron, but that's something we charge extra for. They don't care about it that much. They're okay. This complex, they don't mind the red stain so much unless they're excessive, but they don't like the dark stains that are dark black or brown. Those are the ones they really hate.
Dirt. And remember this too, if you're doing this commercially, you didn't get these stains in these people's rugs, carpets. If you can't get them out, don't feel ashamed. Nobody can get out every stain, no matter who they are. And remember though, you're not responsible for what someone else put in their own carpet. You're just trying to help them out of the mess they got themselves in.
No, it's true. Most of the customers that we work for here, most of the residents, they don't really vacuum. It's kind of a big problem here. They do monthly inspections and they'll write people up.
See how the stain works.
They will write people up if they let their carpets get too out of hand, but it's kind of one of those things. You can't really force people to vacuum. And so if we have someone living in an apartment for 2 or 3 years and they move out and they never vacuum, you have to go in there and try to clean up the whole mess in one session, and it's pretty hard to do.
Most of that stain came out. Now here's the deal. The stain is pink, not red. Someone attempted to get it out before and failed at it. Probably the person who put the stain down. When the stain goes from red to pink, someone's worked on it with a chemical. That's a sure sign every time. There are no pink stains. They're red, but they're not pink.
Yeah, sometimes the worst thing is when someone tries to fix the stain themselves and then they make it so it's a permanently set in stain. And
that's permanently set in.
They don't want to get in trouble, so they don't say anything, they try to fix it. And if they would just call us, a lot of that stuff we can get out.
Before it sets in, yeah.
Before they set it in and before they put something down on it that makes it a permanent deal. That's going to be acceptable because it's very light. When the carpet's fully dry, it's hardly noticeable. And you got to remember, these are rental properties. This isn't the carpet that you'd pay for and keep in your own home where you're buying. This is a rental property, so the carpets are going to be, acceptable. They're not always going to be absolutely perfect like they look brand new. It's just too expensive to keep putting new carpets in all the time.
I'll work on that a little more for relief, but it's probably got all it's going to get. Okay, I'll do the closets real quick.
Yeah, a lot of times when you have a bad stain or something you're having a real problem with, instead of sitting there and fighting it and fighting it and fighting it, work on it a little bit, go clean some more of the carpet, come back to it. If you need to put more pre-spray down, do that, but it's sometimes just letting it sit for a few more minutes will help in the cleaning process. And they're stains all the time, you're just never going to get them 100% out, but what you can do is minimize them and make it acceptable. They can put their bed over that spot if they want to and they'll never see it. And that's up to the new tenant, whatever they want to do. These actually are really soft, fluffy carpets, except for that one stain. The rest of it's great. So once we rake them up and get them completely fluffed up, get all the machine marks out, the footprints out, these carpets are going to look really nice. So yeah, you just kind of keep going over it. Keep going over it until you can kind of feel when you get used to doing this, you can kind of feel when the carpets are about as dry as you're going to get them. And you basically, you don't need to work them anymore. But that's something that comes with a little experience. This machine's easy enough to use that it's a great machine to learn how to clean your carpets with because it does a slow transformation, so you're not going to make some kind of a radical mistake that's going to destroy your carpets. And we've done some carpets, we've done them multiple times with this Bonnet, and it does not wear the carpets out prematurely. It's a pretty gentle cleaning method. It looks aggressive, and it is in some ways on dirt and stains, but it doesn't harm the fibers, so that's kind of nice.
Out more and more, that red stain. It's going to be something in there, but I'm going to get 90% of it out right now. When the carpet fully dries, you may not even be able to see it.
Yeah, a lot of these stains, we see them, but once we get them down to the point that he's going to have this one, people walk in and they don't even notice it unless they start looking really, really carefully.
You won't notice it.
Then they might say, oh, hey, there's a little teeny tinge of something there. But it also shows when you get a stain, you're trying to get it out, don't give up when it doesn't immediately come out, because a lot of times the stubborn ones are just going to take some work.
Now that's in there faintly, but it's basically out. And here's the deal. The way I clean carpets with these buffers, I go over it until it looks right. If I ain't sure it's right, I do more of it. I just keep buffing. And eventually you get that look that's, you look around, it's like, it looks finished. That's when it's finished. Thanks for watching our video.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna rake this with the Grandi Groom. And let me show you real quick what this is, because we keep it on our car. The Grandi Groom, it's got these nylon tines on it, and they're flexible. And you can use this before you vacuum to kind of break up embedded soils and things like that to help your vacuuming, or you can use it after you vacuum. It's really nice if you want to get the carpet looking brand new and fresh, and you don't want to get the vacuum out and haul it out because you're trying to do it in a hurry. This will make your carpets look nice and fluffy, get rid of traffic patterns in hallways and stuff like that, and you can do it in just a few moments. It's not bad at all. And it's real easy to use. It's not something that you have to be in great condition or anything. Trust me, to be able to use. So we'll do that and finish up these carpets, and I'll take a little bit of a video to show how they look when they're raked. So keep watching. Okay, I'm going to show a little bit of the carpet raking, the way we do it anyway. You want to just take nice short strokes, overlap them, and just pull it towards you. Some people just rake it, push in both the directions, and you can, but I try to make it as uniform as possible. what we're trying to get is when this thing's dry, when people walk in the room, they're not gonna notice the carpet. They're gonna look at the carpet and say, oh, the carpet looks nice. But they're not really gonna notice the carpet. They're gonna be looking at other things, because that way you've made the room have a nice appearance. And then they start noticing, oh, are the windows clean and things like that. They look at the paint job. So sometimes the best effect you can get on a carpet is that it just basically disappears in their mind and they don't even see it, because as soon as the carpet looks raked and clean, they just go looking for something else.
Well, another thing is the raking not only helps to dry the carpet fibers because it stands them up a bit, but it gives the carpet a complete uniformed look. It makes it all laid the same way. I mean, it just looks so much better. It looks like a golf course green that's been cut properly if you rake right, and that's a big deal. That's eye appeal to the customers, and when they see that, they love the business you're doing.
Now when you shampoo the carpet, it's always a good idea to at least pop the closet doors open, because that will help the carpet in there to keep drying. And because the one thing you don't want to do is close up an area super tight so it takes too long to dry. These carpets are pretty dry, but you give it every little help that you can. And then, you know, rake your door right where the door is at. Rake that real good and make that fluffy.
And there's the overall, there's what it looks like.
And you want people to walk in, and when they see the carpet, they're like, hey, nice carpet.
We'll look at the other bedroom super quick.
Yeah, show the other one real quick.
That's what it looks like. I mean, any spots or something you're seeing, that's some drying that needs to take effect. It's nice. And it's laid down the same direction. It's a beautiful looking job.
Okay, that's about all it takes to clean 2 bedrooms in a little apartment, and they look good. I'm going to put in the video description below, I'm going to put links to the Oreck orbiter and the carpet bonnet, and I'll put a link to the Grandi Groom rake, since I showed you how to use that. And if you want to get more information on those machines or that rake, you can go and check out the customer reviews of that item, and you can see what the current best price is and get the manufacturer info. And if you'd like to leave a comment, or if you have any questions, you know, feel free to do that. And please hit like and subscribe so that you can get all these videos as we make them and upload them, because we're always doing more carpets, and you can see how everything is done. And maybe we'll blow the Oreck orbiter up one day because we overuse it, and you'll get to see how durable and reliable they really are. And if you want to see a lot of videos on the Rub Doctor X3, it's still going strong. We used it last weekend to clean up a flood, and it's still going strong, working great. And I've showed the videos. I got some of the videos up there that showed in use, and it actually did hundreds of apartments without any breakdowns. So tune in for that, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.